Hello, this is Mr. Yumi 1974, and welcome to FortressCraft Evolve. This is a new Let's Play. Unfortunately, I've already kind of got a start to the game for this, and I don't really want to start over. I had some video and audio problems which I had to correct. I spent a good amount of time before I realized this cleaning up the landing area. So basically I've missed the very beginning tutorial, which isn't all that. It's basically asking you to, there's these little signs that tell you to like add resources to the CPH and remove power from, or add power to the miner here, and a couple different things. But I'll cover that stuff as it goes along. Right there I'm pressing Z to zoom in. First thing we're going to do is press Q to pull some power. Because if your suit power level drops below 0, you start suffering from environmental conditions. Now this is what I was talking about. I basically kind of marked out the area in little grids where I want to build the base, and I've got some unwanted guests, so I'm going to hit V and blast these little critters back. There's a couple things that you need to know. Okay. Now, one of the things that you're going to learn in the tutorial is about the scanning things. And need to get a little more power here. Halfway down. Let's go back over here. Hit the Q again to get power. Going back to my build gun, so B. Oops, wrong. But it's not B. B's like a. I forgot. B's a screenshot type thing. X. There we go. Having a little. Doing a lot of. Sorry about that. And back to X. Now, build gun. Basically, you've got 7 tabs for your 1 through 10 key or 1 through 0 key. And your keyboard, which allows you to select different things and place them. And there's a few little tricks. You know, if I have a block and if I left click, it's going to break it. I'm going to select 8 here. I'm going to left click, it's going to place it. So right click break, left click place. But they have this thing called Super Drill Mode, which is a control. Control left click is actually a build mode, and what it does, it builds in the direction that, so if like this, it's going to build towards me and will stop where I am at. If I did this, it's going to stop at the level I'm at. So let's see, find this here. So it stops at level 0. And if you want to do a control right click, it's like this fast destroy, which is really nice for clearing terrain, but be careful with it because it totally drains your power fast. So if you're using it, you probably want to clean your batteries for a power source so you can charge up. And Now, if you come over here, this is like one of the ores. This is coal. Basically, use it to power your stuff. And if you just left-click, you get rubble. I mean, right-click, you just get rubble. Now, in order to clear this block, you need to control this mode, and it allows you to pull that down. That one didn't have a whole lot of coal in it, so it really cleared fast. Now it's like, if I hit this one, and I'm out of power. As you can see, power goes really fast when using that. Now, we got a couple different machines. This is your smelter. To access this, you can hit E. And I'm going to basically take this tin ore that I was getting from those little guys and put it in there. You can only smelt really one ore at a time. And it basically uses power to heat up to about 1,200 degrees, melts the ore, and then you pick it up. Now you can rotate it by hitting R. You can't move this block because I don't have a gun that can do it yet, but later in the game you can. This is your manufacturing plant and something. It's saying manufacturing plant when I put it on the side. But manufacturing plant with one module attached. Bring up E, and this is basically where you can look at your recipes to build things like hoppers and conveyor belts and stuff like that. And same thing here. This is your research terminal. As you can see, I have one unknown material, and you've got to basically everything in the world when you first show up is unknown. And to figure this out, you need to bring up your scanner. Place M. Okay. And we've got ping unknown. That's going to be to this, like, large scan thing. And all these little, like, purple things are things that I don't know what they are. Okay. You've got ping known ore. So if I ping known ore, it's going to show ore that I know what it is. There's an advanced ping later which shows like ore by color. And then there's an air ping which is going to like find empty caverns and stuff. Grab some more power here because scanners take up a lot of power, and that is, you know, pinging with the left mouse button where it is scan. If you read your thing, like I can say, let's say if I put my mouse over this and it said unknown, or right click, and it would say scanning coal vein, it would say scanning unknown, and then you just hold the right mouse button to scan it. If you're using an ore vein like this will tell you about how much ore there is. So there's 1,400 and 910 ore there. And I got about 8,000 ore, and it kind of gives you a rough idea of where the ore is. Now, that is pretty much the basics. I haven't covered hoppers. Hoppers, that's these little guys here. And you notice it has add and remove. E is basically your access to a machine, like this ore extractor. It's basically telling me it's out of storage. If I was to place E on this, though, it's going to change the operating mode for the hopper. And there's 4 operating modes: remove only, add only, remove add, and locked. Locked doesn't allow anything to occur with the hopper. you still can put stuff into it by... actually, let me change this to locked, so I can explain this. Okay, locked. So, machines can't put into it, however, and belts can't put into it when it's locked. Okay, so my hopper's empty now. If I wanted to put something into it, I need to go into build mode, select the item, and I think item 3 here is coal. And if I wanted to put coal in there, I need to press the letter T. Now that's going to fill the hopper up completely. Now there's a way to do it different. If you open up the inventory, you can supposedly split the stack. I'm not too sure how to do that. I think it's Shift, or is it Control? It's Control or Shift left mouse button and allows you to basically put in a number. I'm going to say 15, enter, and then I think I don't know if it goes top down or other way, but it goes one of these ways and it will grab the first stack in there. So I'm going to grab kick Q to take it all out, and we will try this. And 2 T, and as you can see, it did. I think it's grabbing the last stack. You take it out and hit T again. Yeah, here we go. It didn't turn red that time, so it's grabbing the one closest to this bottom corner. Yeah, if you're so it goes right and then up. Right, then up, instead of left and down like a read in the US. This type of hopper can hold more than one type of thing. So I'm just going to pull this out. Remove only means that this machine will not be able to put items into it. However, you can put items into it via belt and take items out by a belt. However, this machine, if this machine could take items, it would take it for this hopper. Now, if I hit, let's take a look at my thing. We got like 16 coal in there. If I hit again, add, and it's basically, you can see it filling up. So I'm just going to put this back to add and remove. That's kind of like the default. And then grab some power, transfer power. Now, to transfer power, you can either use the add power button, or if you're looking at a battery here, or a machine, you can press, whoops, because it's a machine, you can't do that. But if it's a battery, if you press E, you can put the power in. Okay, so, charged up. So I kind of covered the build, gun, I've covered how hoppers work. Did I cover the R key? R key allows you to rotate things around. So that's basically that. Covered the scan. So that's pretty much the basic control stuff. I think there's like a, is it M? Nope, N. N is like a paint. So if I do this, I can change the colors to something. Don't want to do that. So go back to my build. Now, hazards in the worlds. We've got mobs. We got this guy, which is Spiderbot. He's awesome. He's our buddy. Spider Bro, whatever you want to call him. He basically will help defend the base. He likes to go out wandering around and killing bugs, which is an enemy that shows up later on. So, to the point where you need to start finding ores, I need to find copper and tin for our basic recipes here. And yeah, because we want to get some automation going. Let's see, what do we all have here that we can do? All of our hoppers, basic conveyors, an ore extractor. Oops, that's unknown stuff. Power, we got the low power laser and normal battery block. So we need to do some research. After you've... actually, I'm not going to do research at the moment. I'm going to basically take a break here and move to the next little task that I have here. Like I said, I've kind of set up my base perimeter, or base, just kind of doing some pre-planning here, and I found that this outside row is 45 blocks across by 45. Now, remember, this is a hard mode. I've got to defend against bugs and worry about bugs, and if my CP8, which is this big thing with the solar panels and the big purple beam shooting out of it, central power hub, if this gets destroyed, it's game over. So, we need to protect this, and Mark II turrets, which I don't know if I even have yet. No, I don't have any turrets. Got a threat scanner. So, we need to do some research and stuff, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, here's one other little build tip for the gun. So if I can't really hit that very far block, maybe I can. So I got that very far block. If I hold down control, voila, and it will change out any blocks that are in between me and there. So if there was like a snow block in here, that would be changed to stone. So that was a little trick that I just didn't know I could do. I discovered accidentally. I didn't need these three, so boom. Yeah, much nicer for building, and you need to be aware where certain things are when building your base. There's a couple things that you need to be conscious of: drop shafts or / elevator shafts, power shafts, and conveyor shafts. And these are basically things you want to set up, and set them up in a way that allows you to easily expand, bring resources together, and handle them. So things, oops, standing on the torch, and I was starting to get hot. That's what that little red around the outside of the screen is. That's not a good thing, because you can get damaged from fire. So I needed to move. So this here is probably going to be a power shaft. Power shafts only need to be one block, but depending on how you set it up, you may want it larger. My power shaft here is going to be 5 with 4 power columns. this is going to be a drop shaft / elevator, and I'm going to do that in, I think I'm going to do that in all 4 corners, unless I play with it a little and decide not to. And then from here to probably somewhere here, or somewhere in the middle, probably in the middle, probably takes like 6 here, or 7, and basically set that aside for all my ore shafts. Or conveyor shafts. You just gotta be kind of conscious of how you set it up, because you get these things called lasers for power transmission, and you can't shoot lasers through blocks or over conveyors and stuff, so you gotta build around them. And you gotta be just kind of conscious of how you do that and how you set up your conveyors, because you don't want conveyors running into, you may not want to mix your conveyors and things like that. So just kind of think about that when you're setting up your base. And also, you know, you've got to do some manufacturing for parts and stuff, for automation. You gotta set some room aside for that too. So just kind of think about that. And smelting. So, you know, I may want to have like a bunch of row hoppers here that I can smelt stuff initially, but then later I may want to put smelters down below, or, you know, over here later on you actually have to manufacture things so you can do research, or collect bug parts so you can do research. I think you need to collect bug parts for research. Not too sure about that one. And yeah, kind of got to set that stuff up so you know where it is. So like, I may want a research thing here, and a research thing here, and then power in between to supply the two, or research with power, well, in between to supply the two. Just kind of keep that in mind, because you got power systems, manufacturing systems, and research systems that you've got to support, and then defensive systems. So you kind of got to build your base in a way that you can support all that without it getting in the way. So I'm going to, since it's getting dark, probably going to break away and look at my time. I've got a funny feeling I'm just about done with record time, so next time hopefully I will be digging and showing you all what's going on. I'm sorry I didn't have a whole lot for you to see this episode, but I hope what you did learn was useful. Take care, bye.